So in this video, we will see how to create login and the registered page in LinkedIn. I mean these pages. This is the sign in page, and if you click this button called join now, you will see the registered page where you can create your account. So we will create the UI for this too in this video. But first, if you go to the V tab, the home route, I mean slash route is empty. So we have to change it. So go to routes, index.js, x, and remove login for now. And now we will get this login component on the page load, which is no route. Now let me remove, leave all these things. Let me see how to, we have to create this, okay? So first on the top, we have the logo. So let's create the logo first. And we need the LinkedIn PNG image for this. So we can get it from here. So we can search on Google that we need a LinkedIn PNG logo. So let me see which PNG that we can use. Let me see. Let's try this image for now. Okay, so to save it, just click the button called download this PNG and it will download. Yes, so it's processing. Okay, click the alphabets in order to download PNG. We have to pass a test. So the order is S7, where is F and R. So we have passed the test. Now let's create a folder here called assets, which will contain all our images and assets, but it's already here. Yes. So all we need to do is just drag and drop this image into the assets folder. And let me rename the file to this file name called LinkedIn logo.png. Make sure to make it camel case. Okay. Now we have to import this logo into our login component. Yes. So we can say import LinkedIn logo from assets slash the file name, and then return it inside one image tag. So let me remove all these two, and see it's here on the top, top left. So let me just comment out all of these items first so that we can have a blank canvas here. So here we can simply say image or img src LinkedIn logo and save this. So we have this logo here. We have to customize it according to the size on the LinkedIn page. So say class name, they should be LinkedIn logo. So copy the class and come over to this SAS and the login SCSS file. So LinkedIn logo, this will be let's say width 50 or 40 px. Okay, it's too small. Let's say 80, twice the size. Okay, it's 80. Okay, now we have to move it on the top. So we can try this position absolute top 20 pixels and left 20 pixels. Now this logo is on the top. If you scroll, if you zoom in, the logo will be still the same at the same place. So that's done. Fine. Okay. Now the next thing to do is we have to create the sign in header and all these things. The input fields, forget password field, sign in. And basically in this part, we will cover the login and sign up UI. I think I have made it clear earlier as well. So let me uncomment this thing, which is the login h1, or just cut it from here and paste it after the image. So we will get it here. But we have to make it as sign in. So just add sign in here, and we are getting it here. But the problem is it is in the center, I mean here. So we have to fix that as well. So let me go to the index.css and see the, okay, it's I think here. We don't need all these items, so let me just comment out these for now. It goes on the top. Okay, fine. So basically it means if we remove these stylings, position absolute, we will get it like this. Fine. In the sign in page. So we can remove this, okay, and also remove the login wrapper contents. Now we have this, but we have to arrange the sign in h1. So to do that, give it a class name of heading and copy the class, come to login wrapper class, and we have to append this like this. So in the login wrapper we have heading, and we have to make this in the center, or not the center, I mean here, with some margin on the left. So we can say margin left 40 pixels, let's try, or 80. Okay, it's too small. Let's try, okay, let's do this. Okay, what can we do here? What if we make it 180? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Or let's make it 200 margin. Okay, that's fine. Fine. Now next step is to make the change the font size and weights and the font style. So let's check what font is this. So this font name is System UI. Okay, so we can choose our own font from Google Fonts. So say go fonts.google.com, go to this website, and let me choose a few fonts here like Roboto. Okay, let me remove the existing fonts from before, or we can just use these fonts that I already have here. So import them in the main.jsx, sorry, not jsx, index.scss file like this. So at the top, import all the fonts. Okay, not like this. Wait a second. Just say import here. Yes. And now we can use all these fonts here. I think we can also use System UI. So if we try this, let's say font style, oh sorry, font family, System UI. Yes, now it is like this. If you check here, the font, let's see, the same thing we have here is this System UI. But we also have the 400, which is the font weight. So make font weight as 400. Now what else we have? Font size 16 pixels. So say font size, what is it? 16 pixels. Then we have color. So say color, this color RGBA 0.0, I mean 0.9 as opacity. Now save, and we will get it here, but it's very much small. So remove the font size, and I think it will work. Okay, yes. What if we make this 500? Okay, this looks pretty much like this. Fine. Now we have to make one more description header, which is stay updated on your professional world. So we can just copy the text here and add it here, and it will be here as well. So the same will be on the p tag. So just like we have in the heading, let's make this as subheading. So say class name sub heading. Copy this class and add it here. Just make margin left 200 pixels like this. I guess we are doing it. Okay, fine. It looks fine. But we have to adjust the top margin. So say margin top minus 30 pixels. Or 25 will also work. 30 is too much. Or yes, I think let's try 20 also. Yes, it looks fine. Also, we need the font family system UI here as well. So add it. And just like this, we have this. Also, if you see the color of the background, this is not grayish, it is white. So if you hover this, the color will be the same. Okay. Let's try the login wrapper class here. Change the color inside. So in the login wrapper, make background color as white. And this will be here. Okay, it's not fully on the screen, but it's fine. So we have to adjust a little things as well. For example, in this page, let's add a body and do margin 0 and padding 0. I think that will work here. Okay. Also, let me add the height to 50 VH. Sorry, not 50, 100 VH. But it's not working. Okay, let me see. Font weight, height. Okay, I think if we create a screen here, it will be working. I mean, if we create the other input fields, it will expand. But if we make this as important, it's not working. Fine. So let's say index.css we don't have any height here. So where is the height coming from? Okay, so let's leave it for now. Fine. Now let's make the input fields. So let me uncomment. I mean, just remove the comments from here and let's see the screen status. So yes, we have it here. Fine. So in the auth inputs, we have to make changes. Fine. These are display flex, direction column and all, but we have to make them shrink. So we can say width, let's say 100 pixels. Try 100. Okay, it's too small. 200. Also small. Let's try 300. A little bit more. So make it 400. Okay, 400. I think that's it. Now we have to make them in the center. So say align items, center. Okay, now if we do that, it is getting shrinked. So we can make it 500. Okay, that's how it is. So remove align items and simple. Add the margin left 200 pixels. Okay, let's try this. Yes, it's on the here. So the width should be not 400, 350 or 300. Fine. So we have this two fields for email and password, but we have to style them as well according to LinkedIn. So okay, so what can we do here? So this here we have like this. So let me think. Let me change the placeholder first. So it says email or phone. So say email or phone and simple. It says password in second one like this. So the height of this is little bit more. So say 30 pixels height here and it will increase. Now we have to change the background color for the common input. So the background color white. So it's white. Fine. Also we have a outline on them. So we have to remove that as well. So outline will be none. And also one more thing we need is border. So border will be none as well. So try none first. Okay, it completely removes the border. Fine. So say outline, sorry, border 1 pixels solid. This color, so say 21, 21, 21. 21, 21, 21. Okay, now we have the borders on them. But if you hover them, the border changes to blue. So I think this is outline. So try 1 pixel solid Let's try some blue color. First add blue and just adjust it from this color picker. I mean like this. So let's try which color to try. This color. Fine. Now try this. Okay, it's not visible properly, so I guess we don't have to do this. Just cut it and make it as none. Then we have to make a common input and we have to choose this. So it is a property called focus. Focus. So when we focus on the inputs, the color should change to this. So border, add this. Okay, now maybe it's outline here. Yes, now it's working. We have this outline here, but let's change the color. Where we can't see, okay, because the color we can't see because the color is white here. So remove this, or just remove the, or just make it as 212121, and we will have this. But if we remove it completely, what happens then? We don't see the placeholder for here. I mean email or phone. So let me refresh the page. Okay, now we are seeing it. Fine. So I don't know which color is this. So let's try to find out, or just change it to this. Okay. It looks fine for now. Okay. Now I have to change the color of the placeholder. Fine. So what we need to do is just add a placeholder class here, just like it was before. Placeholder. And in the placeholder, we have to add this font, which is System UI again. So where is this font? System UI, and we can add it here and check what happens when we save. Okay, it has been changed. Also, let's try the font size a little bit more. So 20 pixels. Okay, it's too much. Let's try 18. Yes. Also, we need some margin on the top. So margin top 5 pixels on the placeholder. Or if we try 15, okay, it's not working. So make it 16 and see. Okay, 16 is fine. Okay. Also, you see the border is curved around on the edges. So we have to change that. So we can say border radius. Let's say 5 pixels. Yes, now they are curved. But 5 is too much, I guess. Let's try 3. Okay, 3 is also fine. Okay. Fine. So what is next here? Background colored we are. So if we type anything here, we cannot see the text. So why is that? Let me refresh and enter my email. Okay. Let me do this as well. In the input, let's make the type as email. And in this input, second input, make the type as password. Okay. We cannot see the output here. Okay. Let's add color, which will be 212121. Okay, now we can see that. So here also the font family should be System UI, so that we can see the same font here as well. Also, let's add the font size here, which is 16 pixels. Now these look fine, much better. Okay. Now we have to make a sign in button here, or convert the button to sign in button. So in the login button, we have margin top as 20 pixels, but we have to add this margin left 200. So if you add it here, this will be here, just like this. But why don't we create a div here and wrap all of these items and make one margin left as 200. So make a div here. Remember to exclude the image here, I mean the LinkedIn logo from there. Then in this div add a class of login wrapper. So copy this class and add it in this page, which is okay. We already have login wrapper, so let's say login wrapper inner. Okay, so in this login wrapper we have login wrapper inner. In this we can add margin left 200 pixels only once and remove from everywhere else. So here, I mean from here, then from here, then from here, and then save it, and they will get the same thing. Okay, now we have to design the button. So login button class we have here. So wait, where is it? Here. So let me remove the width. Let's make the width to auto, but it will not work. We have to make the width according to the size of the inputs. So what is the size of the inputs? Where it is 300 pixels. So make the same here and it's perfect. But the color is different. So we can try the blue color. And to get the differences from the color or for the color, we can visit this site called Material UI. Material UI. So here we can search for colors. Okay, where is the search? What happened? Colors. And or we can do this as well. So we can say LinkedIn color code. So it is this 0072B1 in hex code. So we can just copy this, and so this SCSS allows us to create variables. So we can say dollar. Okay, not dollar. How to create variables in SAS? So say how to create variables in SAS. Yes. So let's try the color name, which is LinkedIn blue, and add the color, but it's not work. It will not work like that. So we are having some problem. Style roles. Let's try Stack Overflow. Okay, we have to wrap it in a string, but still not working. Let's search for this. Variables. Yes, we need this. We need to create a variable. So okay, so make a dollar sign. Okay, not here, in the color, and it will work. Also add one semicolon. Now we can use the LinkedIn blue anywhere. So just copy this LinkedIn blue and add it here in the login button color here. Save, and if you check, the color will be changed. The same thing we can do to this border here that we have on the input fields. So where is it? The border here, and we will have it here. Yes, it's now perfect. Let me close all of these things. Also, if you notice, we have some margin on the inputs. I mean, yes. So we can say margin 30 pixels. Let's check 30 or 0 or 0 30. Yes. If we make it 10, okay, make it 0 and this will be 10. Fine. Okay. Now we have to make the button as sign in. So make the text as sign in. I think I smaller here. Change it to I small. Fine. Now we can do what? So we have to adjust the height of the button. Also, we can remove the margin top from here because we don't need it. Okay. Now just make the height as 40 pixels and okay, try 50 as well. The height will be changed. Now the color. Okay, the color is already here. Okay, wait a second. Login button we have only once here. No, we have it twice. That's the problem. So remove one class or remove one class and go to second one and replace this height to 50. Okay. Now see the border is curved. So make border radius 30 pixels. Let's try. Yes. Also remove the outline and the border for now. So we will have the button just like LinkedIn. But if you want to check the color of this button, just click inspect when clicking, right clicking the button and check the CSS. So the color is 73B1 0073B1. Okay, it's 72B1. Just make this as LinkedIn color or blue one and say blue 2. So here we will have 73, not 72, like this. And wherever we have LinkedIn blue, make it LinkedIn blue 1. And here also, but wait, here it should be 2. Now save this and let's see. Okay, undefined variable LinkedIn blue 2. Yes, make it 2. Now we have it here. Okay, that's fine. Now if you hover this button, the font size is same, which is system UI. So just copy the font size and add it in login button. And now let's check. Also, a few things to be noted here is the font family. Okay, I mean font family. Font weight is 600. Added. Then we have colored as FFFFF. So color FFFFF. Okay, 6 times. Fine. Then I think it's all here. So we can exit what font and save this to see what happens. Okay, let me add font size as well. 20 pixels. Yes, I think it's perfect. But if you make it 19 or 18, let's see what happens. Okay, it's perfect. Now let's add a hover effect on these. So login button, hover. We just need to change the color. So say background color as something. So let's add one more color. LinkedIn blue 3. And we have to make some darker variant of this color. So just slide the marker down and change this to 3 where it is and save. Now if you hover, we will see the same thing here that we have on this screen. Fine. Okay, where is the button? Let's add margin top 20 pixels. That's fine. Fine. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to make this thing. So we will not use sign in with Google account. We will use the we will only use sign in with Google account, not Apple. Fine. So we can make one HR here. HR sorry, HR, where is R? Here, and save. So we will get one horizontal line here. Fine. So we have to make this outside this div. Fine. And let's try to type or inside. Okay. The problem is we need to create one HR with or between them. So let's say text between HR tag. Let's try this. Okay, we can in HR class data content, we have a property. So we can try this. So make it a self-closing tag then. Save this. Okay, it's not working because we can give this a class of HR text. Fine. And then check the CSS. So where is HR text? It's here. So we can just copy the whole class and add it here in the CSS. Okay, now we have this. So let's change this and to or. We will have this. We have to change the color. So let's change it to a darker variant. This. Now it's changed. Okay, not this. Okay, where is the color, background color? I think this is the color. Is this? Let's try this. No, this is the font color. Okay. Let's leave it for now. We have this or, and after or we have the button called sign in with Google account. So we have one more thing for you to show you. So we can create the button or we can import a library which is called Google sign in button. So we can check this React Google button. So yes, we can use the, so just install the package here. Where is the npm command to install it? Yes, here it is. Open the terminal, I mean the console. And now let's see. Let's import the button here at the top. Then just copy the button and add it here after the div HR, after the HR, and we can see our button here. Fine. So wrap this in a div and add the class name here, which was login wrapper inner. No, but it will not work. So say Google button here. So just copy the class and let me add here at the bottom. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to add this thing, which is margin left 200 pixels to the current class name that we created here. Save it and we will have it here. So also we can add width 300 pixels to expand this or make it important, I guess. Okay, we have to add this on the button. So say class name button. I mean, let's make this as Google button container. Copy this class and just add it or replace it here. In this, we can have Google button and add the width inside here. Now just copy the Google button class and add it here. I think we have to make this as important. Yes, now it's working. So we have sign in and sign in the Google account. Fine. So now the next thing is to create this thing, this join now option. So let's do it in the same div. So we can say a p tag and just copy this whole thing and add it here. And we will have this. But this join now, it should be a span tag. Okay, like this. And in the span, let's see a class, give a class name of join now. So in the button container, yes, let's do it here. So join now will be of color LinkedIn. Where is it? The top LinkedIn blue one. Make it like this. We have this also font family system UI. Too much fonts are here. So we only need system UI. So remove all the other fonts. We also need to add cursor as pointer. So if you hover it, the cursor will be changed to pointer. Also, let's give this p tag a class name of go to sign up. Okay, we should be after Google button, okay, in the container. So we can do it here after the button. And this should be text line as center. Let's try this. Okay, it's not fine. So let's add margin a little bit from the left. Margin left. Not in top, not top. Margin left. 30 pixels. Or say 40. 50. Okay, that is fine. Now we have this. Go to sign up. Okay, let's change the font size here. Font size as 20 pixel. Too much? Try 16 or 18. 18 is fine. Copy the same and add it here in the class as well. So we have this. Fine. But if we zoom in, it causes some problems in responsiveness, but we will fix it later. Okay. So now we have this done. Okay. But the thing is, we need to wrap, we have to make this entire color of the background as white. So in this login wrapper, let's check. Make the color as white and make it important, I guess. Okay, what if we add height as 100 VH? Okay, now it's working perfectly. Yes, we have this and fine. Now the login page is done pretty much, I guess. So let's hook up these things here. Like, I think they're already hooked up. So we can try signing in. So we can add one email, nishant.s440@gmail.com, and the password 12345667. Open the console and click sign in here. And the request has been sent and we are getting this users. So let me install one library called React Toastify. React Toastify. So in this library, we will have a toast message box that we can use. So install it here. Then close the console or terminal. Then we have to import these things. So where is the main component? Main.jsx. So we can import it here. The CSS and the toast container. Remove toast for now. Then we have to return this toast container in our DOM reference here in the React DOM create root, just like we have as router provider. Now we can use this toast container. So to use this, go to this function and we can do toast. So we have to import toast from, okay, it's auto imported, toast.success, and let's add the message. If you look into the documentation here, we should see it. Where it is, yes, toast.success, and the message say sign in to LinkedIn. Now save and let's try to sign in. Add my email and the password. Okay, we are getting this message that we are signed in. So we already need, we also need one for error. So if the password is wrong or something is wrong, we can simply throw this message, please check your email and password. Your or just say credentials. Credentials. Now let me try to change the password here and sign in. So we'll see this message called, please check your credentials. Fine. So it's done. Okay. Now the next thing is to create the flow for the Google button sign in. So we can just go to this page called, sorry, not page, API, auth api.jsx. Let me create one more function here called Google sign in API or Google, yes, sign in API. So we have to import one thing also called sign in with, okay, let's try Google auth provider. I don't get the name. I am forgetting the name. Okay, Google auth provider, I think it is, and sign in with pop-up. Okay, now let me create one instance of this auth provider. So we can do it this inside the function here. So let auth equals to no, not auth, Google provider equals to new Google auth provider. Fine. Then we have to pass this provider and the auth to this function, sign in with pop-up. So we can say this, and we have to pass provider name. I think first is the auth and then the provider. Then let's return this response from here. So say let res equals to this and return res. Now import the function in the login component. So yes, from this message, where? Yes, from here. Google sign in API. Okay. Now we have to create a function here as well for Google provider sign in. So say const sign in or Google sign in, and save the file. In this we will call this sign in, Google sign in API. We will record the response in a variable called response and simply console.log this response. Now we have to click the button and run the function called Google sign in. So just remove all of the items, all the callback function, and leave it at that. But we need to enable the sign in provider from Google. So go to firebase.com, console. Now method sign in, we have to add the provider called Google. Okay, click this and enable, add your email account and save. Now let's see if it works or not. So it's saving, so let's wait for it for a few minutes. or hours. Yes, we have Google provider here, but we have to remove this here because we will log in with same email no matter the provider. So let's see what happens when we sign in with same email but from Google. So open the console and click the button called sign in with Google account. So I am seeing one pop-up. So if you did just like I did, you can see that too. I think we have to add the, yes, we can see that. We don't need to do anything. So let me choose my email account on the pop-up that we got. Now, if you check the console, we are getting nothing. Okay. See, let me see. Okay, let me open the networks tab and try again. Sign in with Google. Choose my email. And we are getting this. Yes, see. Now we have the display name as Nishan Singh. That is on my email. If you refresh this Firebase console, the provider will change to Google here. Okay, fine. Let me log in with my other account, my other email account. This email. So if you now check here in the networks tab, we have this display name as same, but the email is different. It is this email. And now if you check the console here, we will be having this email here as well. The provider will be Google. Fine. Now we have this Google sign in button that you can use to sign in. Fine. So we don't need the register button, register page for this method for sign in with Google account. It will automatically register you to that page. Now let me create the registered page here. So create one more file called register component.jsx, and in this page also a file called register.jsx. This will be a functional component just like login, and we have to import this register component here. Import register component. Wait a second. Wait, is it? Okay, we have to make it functional as well. Only then we can import it. Import register component here and simply return it here. So remove this, don't need this. We have to make all our things here, but we have to add the routes as well first. So click routes and create one more object and make this as register and import the page called register from pages / login, sorry, not login, register, and return it here. Now if you go to the registered page, let's see what happens. Register. So you will see this registered component page here. So now let's create the registered page, and that same, it's pretty basic as this login page. So now let's hook up this button called join now to the registered page. So on this click, on click, we should have the handler to transfer us to the registered page. For that, we need a few things from the React router, which is called use navigate. Fine. Let me create one instance of this navigate. Use navigate. Fine. Or we can create one helper function for this. So let me try to create this or folder called helpers. In this, let's say use navigate.jsx. So we can copy, we can import the use navigate from React router DOM and then this navigate. So let's say export this navigate, and now let's try to use it. But first we have to import it. So import navigate from helpers, use navigate, and on the join now we can say on click navigate, and we have to add the route. I mean, we are passing the route here. So let me create a function here. So say const navigate, and we can remove this, and okay, let's say just okay, let's say navigate instance, just say instance. So every time we click the button, we will run this function called navigate. From here we will pass the param, and then we can simply say instance, and in the instance we can pass the param to navigate to that page. So we have to pass the route, so say register. Now let's try this. Click the button called join now. Nothing is happening, so let's check the console. Let me refresh the page and use context. Okay, hooks can be. I think we have to make this a component. So let me cut and make it a functional component, and then add here. Don't need return for now, and don't need this. Okay, import it at the top. Let me export this. It will not work like that. So I guess we have no choice. So what is the problem? Let me see. So hooks can be only called inside the body of React component and blah blah. So okay, we have to import React, I guess. Okay, not working. Okay, just let me add it here. I mean, we don't need to do all of these. Just create, I mean, import the use navigate. So let me Control Z, all these things. Let me figure this out and come back later. But for now, let me do it like this. So on the button, we can say on click, navigate to the register page. Add a slash before the register string. Now let me refresh the page. Now let me click this button, and we will be on the registered page, and that's fine. Okay. Now in this register, let me see what is it here. So we have the login logo, I mean the logo and the strings. So we can just copy this entire class names. I mean all of these things for now. Copy and paste it here. Okay, save this, but we will need, okay, just let me copy the entire component and paste it here so that we don't have to build it from scratch. Just change the name of login component to register component, and on the registered page we will see the same thing. Now let me change this string, which is make most of your professional life. So on sign in we have to do this. Fine, added. We have this. Then we don't need this second p class name in the register component, so remove this. We have email or phone number here, so let me add the placeholder here. Okay, then we have password, 6 or more characters. Okay, let me add it here. Remove the empty spaces between them, strings from strings, and we have this. Then we have already on LinkedIn sign in. So we have to change this as well here. So where it is? Here, sign in. So just cut the text, I mean copy the text and paste it. And we can see it here. But now this route will be login route or slash route, not login. Now click this button and it will be on the sign in page. Fine. Now we have this thing, but I don't think we need this terms and conditions and all. Also, sign in has been changed to agree and join. So let's change it as well. Agree and join. What is spelling of join? Join. Save. And we have this here. Fine. So we have now the sign in page and the login page. But the thing is, we don't need to use the login API here. We have to use registered API. So go to this API page, auth-api.jsx, and import registered API, not login API. So here replace the login API with registered API and save. So we can say just say account created. So you can change the those messages as well. So here let's say cannot create your account. So in case we cannot create an account, this will show this toast message called cannot create your account. Let's try this. Now we already have two accounts here, which is this and this. So let's try to create account using these two. And let's see what happens. So we can add Nishant as 440@gmail.com and the password. So click agree and join. And you will see this thing. Cannot create your account because we already have this account in the console. Now if you change something like slide email changes, then click agree and join, we will see account created. Because now we have an account on Firebase with this email. And the provider is this. Fine. Now let me do the last thing here, which is called transferring us to the home page. So we can say in pages, create one page called home.jsx. Make it a functional component. Similarly, create one component for home. So home component.jsx. Same as functional component. Now import this home component inside this page. So say import home component here and return it here like this. Make this as an h1 here to highlight it. Now save this. Okay. Fine. So when we are registering, we should be on the home page, or when we are logging in that case as well, we should be on the login page, on the home page. So we can say, what is the name? History dot push. Sorry, not history. Sorry. Navigate to /home. But we don't need, we have to create the routes here. So in the index.jsx in routes, replicate the object, make the home route here, then import the home page. So they import home from pages home and return the element class, element component. Now if you go to home page, we should see the home text in h1. See. Now on this login success or registered success, we are getting navigated to home page. We have to do with this in the login page as well, in this function. So after the signing in, we should see this. So in this as well, in Google sign in, we should transfer us to the home page. Now let's try to sign in and see what happens. Add my email or just click the button of Google sign in. Okay, we are first getting to sign in page, I mean home component, and then we're signing in. So we have to fix that, and that's for the next video. Let me sign in with this. So gmail.com 1234567. Click sign in. Okay, we have to check the credentials. Okay. Okay, let me try this here. Click sign in. Now we are on the home component and we are having this toast called signed into LinkedIn. And in the next video, we will handle the protected routes and the home page basically. So thank you for watching my video on the second part of the series on how to create a LinkedIn clone using React and Firebase.